You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hi, we are Enterprise Splaining, the podcast where we explain Star Trek Enterprise to each other and to you. I'm Jamie, and these are my co-hosts Maria.
Hello!
And Bill.
Hello!
Today we're going to be talking about the Star Trek Enterprise episode Cogenitor. However, I am the only person here who has actually watched it, so it's my job to explain to my co-hosts what happened on this episode. And a reminder, we have merch in the ESO Network TeePublic store. We will put a link in the show notes, or you can go to esonetwork.com and click the link there for the TeePublic store. We have some very, very cute Porthos Appreciation Society shirts that we had artist Ina Buns create for us. So please go check out our TeePublic store. All right. Computer, tell us about the episode we're going to be talking about this week.
Cogenitor. The Enterprise crew makes first contact with the Vizians, a species with 3 genders. When Trip meets one of the species' third gender, known as Cogenitor, he is disturbed to learn that all cogenitors are treated extremely poorly.
Now it is time for 2 truths and a lie. I am going to tell you guys 2 truths and a lie about, well, Malcolm and his sexual proclivities in this episode, and you can guess which one is the lie.
I want very little to do with this. Why?
Here for it.
Why are you doing this to me?
Lay it on me.
All right. Statement number 1. Malcolm eats cheese in a very sensual manner.
Ew, 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 ew.
I forget how the line from Animal House goes. People are sensuous. Things are sensual. I'm probably getting that message. Let's continue. Okay. Cheese. Eating cheese. Okay.
Malcolm has a 3-way kiss with 2 sexy blonde alien ladies.
No.
Are they eating live butterflies with their frog-like tongue?
What is this 3-way kiss?
A 3-way kiss. Have you not seen the 3-way kiss with Rita Ora and Taika Waititi and what's her name?
Oh, I have seen that. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
What's the other hot woman called? Sorry, I'm so mad. Off the top of my head, I can't remember that. But yeah, no, a 3-way kiss.
3-way kiss.
Come on, yeah, you can do a 3-way kiss.
Fine.
Statement number 3. Malcolm gets laid next to the phase cannon assembly.
Oh, boy, this is a buffet of terribleness.
Wait, say that again? Gets laid?
Malcolm gets laid next to the phase cannon assembly. And I'm not trying to, mess with you with words.
He doesn't just get laid down.
He fucks someone next to the phase cannon assembly.
Sexual, intimate congress with...
Yes, thank you.
I'm
you
gonna
don't
go
understand, Jamie. I'm looking for the out here. I'm hoping you're trying to trick us.
I'm going to go with number 1. I believe that Malcolm probably eats cheese, but it's probably very awkward. Even if he's trying to make it sexy, it's probably awkward. So that's my pick.
I feel like, but if he was trying to make it sexy, I feel like that counts as sensual manner.
Well,
also, the person you were thinking of is Tessa Thompson.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes.
Cogenitor. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no, I see where this episode is going. Oh no.
I don't like this at all.
Cogenitor. Okay.
I am going to go with Malcolm gets laid because I don't believe he's going to get laid. I just don't. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to know about it. And I am hoping that is the case for everybody.
Bill, I really want to know what you're thinking because it's almost certainly wrong. So I definitely want to hear it.
Oh, okay. Jamie, you never watched the TV series Alien Nation, did you?
No.
I love that show so much.
In the series, if I'm remembering this correctly, they posited that because most of the relationships we see among the aliens, they have husbands and wives and stuff, but the show posited that there was a third gender that needed to be present for reproduction to occur. So that's what I'm thinking is going on here. Since the title of the episode is Cogenitor, that there is a 3 gender reproduction thing going on.
All right. Well, we will find out.
All right.
While you ponder what this week's lie may be, let's hear a bit more from one of our sister podcasts on the ESO network.
All right, monkeying around. Start talking.
Mr. Bobalina, Mr. Bob Dabalina, Mr. Bobalina.
About your podcast.
We talk about an Emmy-winning comedy series. We talk about a band who outsold the Beatles and the Stones in 1967.
Still sticking to that story, huh? Well, if you know what's good for you, you'll change your tune.
We talk about a groundbreaking multimedia project
that inspired generations of artists and fans.
All right, throw the book at them.
This book is overdue.
Monkeying Around, a podcast about the monkeys.
Are you guys ready?
Mm-hmm. This is so Malcolm focused. I don't know if I am ready. Okay.
Before I start the explainer, I actually want to give a quick content warning for listeners because this episode deals with what I can only describe as heavy shit. Like some heavy shit happens. Unfortunately, this content warning also spoils a plot twist. So, Maria and Bill, I'm going to have you take your headphones off right now. And I will just give this to the listeners. And listeners, if you don't want it, just skip ahead like 30 seconds. All right. Content notice / spoiler starting now. This episode has a plot dealing with suicide. In addition to that, it contains quite a bit of misgendering. Just want to say, not by me, hopefully, but by the characters in the show. So if you're listening right now and you don't feel up for an episode that deals with those topics, this might be one that you may want to skip. All right, you guys can put your headphones back on.
Back.
Giving you hand signals, headphone hand signals.
I know this doesn't work. I'm sure that Jamie just described something, terribly serious, but I just want to imagine a world where Jamie is doing this description and we're just watching her and she's like doing pantomime of like an elephant.
All right. Oh my God. All right, let's do this.
On to the cold open. We open on a wide shot of the Enterprise coming up to a giant gas ball star-like thing in space. It is a hypergiant. This is actually a real thing. It's apparently a category for the most massive stars. The largest is apparently 10 billion times larger than our sun. So
that's pretty
very,
big.
very, very large. T'Pol says it will go supernova in 100 to 200 years. Archer replies that it's too bad none of them will be around to see it. T'Pol arches an eyebrow and is like, speak for yourself.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, I might. Fuck you.
T'Pol says it's going to go supernova in 100 to 200 years. Oh, sorry. I meant seconds.
So, of course, Trip chimes in with 100 years from now. How old exactly would that make you?
Once again.
This
Stop
boy.
asking T'Pol how old she is.
No, he knows. He's needling
He knows,
her.
yeah. So when he does it,
No,
he's
he
got a
knows.
smile on his face, and it's very much, he's like, And T'Pol pointedly does not answer, and Trip smiles and kind of giggles to himself. It's actually, like, really cute.
Oh, that's
boy.
nice.
I'm finding I, like, really like their dynamic a lot.
Sure.
Yeah, they're starting to make that dynamic a lot more charming, I think.
And Archer's like, can we get closer? And T'Pol's like, absolutely not. Like, not unless you want, like, our hole to melt. We are as close as we can possibly get.
Can I see what it tastes like?
Can I lick it?
And Malcolm chimes in and he's like, well, we may not be able to get closer, but someone else clearly has, because there's apparently a ship that is closer to them that he is picking up on the sensors. So they hail them. It's only audio because of the interference from the sun. And this is where we meet Captain Drennick. These aliens are called Visians. And this man is basically an alien version of Archer. He's
boy.
Hi, we're out here. We're explorers looking at the galaxy. We're making scientific discoveries. We're meeting new alien species.
Isn't space great?
Truly, it was like this guy was made for Archer.
Finally.
The Visian ship has much better sensors. And he tells Archer, like, I'd be happy to come upgrade your sensors.
Oh,
He
yeah.
is Archer.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's Archer. And Archer's like, well, we don't have anything in return. And he's like, you could invite us to your ship. And Archer's like, fuck yes, dinner it is. I'm calling chef. He is so excited. These aliens are also so excited to, like, come hang out with Archer. It is a match made in heaven.
Fantastic.
I'm sure there will be no problems whatsoever.
Yeah.
Great,
It seems like
fantastic.
it's going to go perfectly smoothly. And, this episode will end within the next 10 minutes.
And with that, theme song. So it means we're at our Diane Warren update of the week. Diane Warren has posted another elevator video on her TikTok page. These are the ones where she has some sort of quote unquote celebrity, because most of them are kind of B-list celebrities. Right. And she'll ask them 3 questions while they're going up an elevator. And her new one is with the icon, the legend, Cynthia Erivo. She got an A-lister. Like she is,
all right.
she got
Good
someone
her.
big for her elevator video. So I was like, hell yes, I'm watching this. I want to see what Cynthia Erivo has to say about Diane Warren. So here's how it went. What did you think of Diane Warren before you met her? That she was a genius and crazy. What do you think about her after working with her? That she's a crazy genius. And the one word to describe her? Crazy.
Okay, well, Cynthia Erivo has some opinions. And I don't think she's wrong, but...
My favorite thing about this particular video is Cynthia Erivo is sitting on a chair. In the elevator. Like, they brought her a chair.
Is she operating? Does she have like a little crank there? Is she operating?
She's like sitting in the chair looking really good. It's just funny seeing somebody sitting in a chair in an elevator.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
But the thing that really surprised me about this was that I didn't realize they'd worked together. So I did some Googling and nothing came up, which I hope means that they're currently working on a new song. But I don't even understand how Cynthia Erivo would have time for that right now.
Yeah.
She's like doing the Wicked promo. I swear she's been doing Wicked promo for the last decade. But she is still like in the middle of Wicked promo. So I don't really understand how they have time for this. But also, they're currently technically kind of quote unquote rivals, because she co-wrote a song for the new Wicked movie that will presumably be nominated for an Oscar alongside Diane Warren's Dear Me. So, but even with that, Cynthia Erivo took time out of her Wicked promo tour to make a video just hyping Diane Warren for TikTok.
Sorry, she did not take time out. This was part of the promo.
Yeah.
This was definitely hardcore.
Yeah, that's probably
Cynthia Erivo did not just get into an elevator on a way to another meeting and see Diane Warren.
But she's doing promo hyping up her quote unquote rival in the category. For best song. So it's a little bit interesting.
Yeah, that is.
But yeah, that's what Diane Warren's up to, apparently.
She's just stuck in an elevator. She's like Hoshi. She's stuck in the elevator and she can't get out because her hand keeps going to the buttons.
And with that, we can get back to the episode.
Okay.
When we come back from the theme song, Archer is eating dinner with the one-armed man from The Fugitive.
What? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Andreas Katsoulis is in this?
If that is his name, I don't know. I just know it's the one man
from the movie, but not the TV.
Yes.
Show.
I mean, I think.
Have you seen this asshole?
Eric is the one who, when you saw him,
Harrison Ford, let me know. Because
he was also Jakar in Babylon 5. R.I.P. Andreas Katsoulis. I love him so much. He's such a good actor.
So I believe this was his last credit before his death, unfortunately. But he's great in this episode. So he is Captain Drennick, the alien version of Archer.
Oh, fantastic.
And they are having dinner together. It's just the two of them. It looks kind of romantic. They're across the table from each other eating, and they are broing it up. They are so into each other.
What does he look like? Is he alien?
Okay.
Yeah,
he's an alien, and he has bumpy forehead.
Bumpy forehead,
but it's got the bumps are kind of on the side of the eyes in a way that makes it look like he's wearing goggles or something.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, so the boys are bonding over their love of exploring, making first contacts. Drennick is telling Archer about all the advanced tech on his ship, and he invites Archer to come with him the next day to, quote, take the stratopod into the hydrogen layer.
Wow.
First time I've used that line.
Yeah. And Archer is fuck yes, I can't wait. Like
I will straddle your pod, no problem.
Wait until you guys see Archer in this episode. The giant smile that he has on his face every time he's around Drennick. We then cut to the mess hall where Trip is at a table flanked by two pretty blonde Visians and teaching them about ice cream.
Oh no.
He's like, oh, this one's vanilla, this one's chocolate. You gotta eat the cherry first, blah, blah, blah. And we soon see all of the Visian women have blonde shoulder-length hair that is tied back in like a very complicated way that's like very fancy. Malcolm then sees Trip with these two ladies, and he comes over and is like, so, aren't you gonna introduce me?
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I actually, when you first said that, I thought you said Malcolm was sitting with two women and telling him about, that, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I put that in your brain with the
I think so.
Two Truths and a Lie.
I'm so happy that it's Trip. That makes so much more sense, because Malcolm would be the one going up and, hey, can I come? Can I join?
Yeah, so that's exactly what he does. And then
sitting right here, Maria.
So he also sits down like across from Trip, also between the two blonde ladies. And then Malcolm's like, Trip, the Visian chief engineer and his wife are at the table over there. And Trip, when he hears the word engineer, his like, eyes open wide, his ears perk up. He's like a puppy with the treats. And he's like, oh, I gotta go talk to them. And he like gets up and runs off. And Malcolm just has a smile on his face. Like it was fully on purpose. He was like, I gotta get Trip away because I want these two ladies for myself.
I applaud Malcolm for that move. That's a great move. Like solid distraction. That's exactly the right way to get rid of Trip.
Malcolm's first line is, so what do you ladies think about stamp collecting?
Trip then goes to the other table to talk to the engineer and his wife. At that table, there's a man who we soon find out is the engineer, his wife, whose name we learned is Kala. The engineer, we never learn his name, even though he's in the episode a whole bunch, so I'm just going to call him the engineer. Yeah. And there's also a third person of indeterminate gender seated at the table with them.
Oh, okay.
All right.
And this third person has a bit of a feminine appearance, but is kind of androgynous looking. Mm-hmm. And their hair is shorter than the Visian women and kind of slicked back. They don't have that same elaborate hairstyle. Mm-hmm. And all the other Visians, the men and the women, are wearing like very snazzy looking, very nice looking beige uniforms with white accents. But this person is wearing like a dull grayish purple fleece onesie.
Oh.
That is quite ugly looking.
Okay.
And just like looks very like a cheap fabric, almost like it might be itchy.
Right.
And it's there's just like a very clear difference between the other Visians and this person.
Okay.
And this, of course, is our teenage daughter. She is rejecting everything. She listens to music we don't understand.
Also, notably, the engineer and his wife both have full plates with like a full meal of like green beans, mashed potatoes, gravy, and like what looks like chicken or something. But the person in the onesie does not have a plate of food. They only have a drink.
Oh.
Yeah.
After some small talk with the engineer and his wife, Trip turns to this third person and tries to introduce himself, but Kala interrupts and tells him it has no name. It's our cogenitor.
Oh no.
Dun, dun, dun.
And we don't end up seeing how the rest of the conversation goes. But Trip then goes to sickbay to get like an inoculation from Phlox for something. And while he's there, he tells Phlox what he learned about
what
the
fuck
cogenitor.
did Trip get up to in this conversation? Hold on.
It was the other chief engineer, Bill. He had to have sex with him. It's the only way he can gain all his knowledge.
I'm saying we've missed a step here. We're having a conversation. Hey, Doc, can you give me...
Okay, to be clear, I was going to cut it out because I was like, it wasn't important. It was just the reason for him going there. But he wants to go visit the warp engine on the other ship, but it gives off a radiation that he needs to be inoculated by.
Okay, fair enough.
But it seems like it was just a reason for him to go to Phlox to get inoculation.
Okay, I'm sorry. Did our conversation too hard? Doctor, I need an inoculation.
I mean, it's fair. It's fair.
But one thing I'm going to tell you right now about this episode is we see it's a lot of very short scenes and then cuts to other things and then cuts to other things. And a lot of people being like, here's what happened in the scene that you didn't see. There's going to be so much of this. Okay. So, my script is very like, cut to this, cut to this, cut to this.
So it's a lot of tell, not do.
Yes. Right. A lot of tell, not show.
Tell, not show. Yeah. Great.
And that's exactly what we see here. We don't see Trip's conversation with them about the cogenitor. We only see him later telling Phlox about it. Okay. So what he says about the cogenitor is that, Bill, you were right. They are a third gender that is used for procreation.
Oh, yeah. Just like Alienation.
Almost like they've seen that show that came on. Yeah.
I'm sure they handled it, very well. And I have lots of confidence in their ability.
Because in Alienation, that was an honored position. You needed to have them there to have a child.
Actually handled very well in Alienation, surprisingly, for a 90s show.
Right.
But
what I will tell you about this episode is if you look it up on Wikipedia and you look in the section about how, like, critics and stuff, this is considered one of the best episodes of Enterprise, and in fact is on a lot of lists for best episodes of all Star Trek.
Oh, shit. Okay. Fantastic.
We'll see if our opinion matches that.
Okay.
All right. So this confuses the fuck out of Trip. He's like, third gender?
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God.
How could that be? Third sex? And like, he's like, not a man or a woman? And Phlox is like, yeah, dude, actually, like, this is extremely common.
Yeah, so common.
Trip, remember when you got pregnant and had nipples on your wrist? Well, let's extrapolate.
Remember how gender really isn't that meaningful? Come on, man.
But Trip is still extremely confused. So Phlox tells him to keep an open mind. After all, he came on this journey to meet other species, regardless of how many genders those species may have. And this is where I do want to just like pause for a second and say this episode uses the words sex and gender interchangeably through the whole episode, but they are almost always referring to biological sex in terms of what is needed for procreation.
Right.
They're not like, there is no talk about identity or gender identity. They are talking specifically about like biological sex for procreation purposes.
Effectively what's in their pants or other appropriate region.
Yeah. So I don't think we need to like harp on this point, but I did just want to acknowledge, wanted to acknowledge it before we moved on.
The one sociological failing of Star Trek Enterprise. Thank you. We're finally here, everyone.
But now it's B-plot time.
B-plot.
Archer and Drennick are on their date in the Visian shuttle.
Oh.
And Drennick says to Archer, there are more things in heaven and earth than are dreamt of in your philosophy.
Wait, Drennick says this?
Drennick says this.
How does...
I'm sorry.
What?
So that is Archer's response. He's like, huh?
Good. Okay, good.
And Drennick looks at him like he really should know and is like, it's from Hamlet, Act 1, Scene 5. Apparently, Hoshi shared a bunch of literature with them.
And they read it all? He read all of fucking Shakespeare?
So, we will see this.
No. Drennick saw it in the original Klingon.
Great.
One of my favorite Star Trek jokes ever.
Maybe Hoshi sent the Cliff Notes for a bunch of books.
Well, no, so we actually find out, there's a couple times this comes up in the episode, the Visians in general are extremely smart. They are able to learn incredibly quickly and read very, very quickly.
Excellent.
So the prior night, he read all Shakespeare.
Oh, all right.
And he says he started the plays of Sophocles. And then he asks Archer what he should tackle next. And Archer, a man who heard Sophocles and was like, clearly has no idea what the fuck that is.
I'm out.
He defects and is like, it sounds like you don't need my help. You're doing great on your own.
Are you familiar with the great work of Stanford versus Northwestern water polo 21-27?
But Archer, this whole time, he is looking at him with a big smile like, wow. I liked him already, and now I'm finding out he's like so smart. Tell me when you watch this episode that Archer just doesn't have the biggest crush on this man.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, he is just just glowing with pride.
I realize this is a TV show. It's always Hamlet. It's never, nobody has ever falls in love with the play Prince John, which absolutely nobody likes. It's never the shittiest bits of Shakespeare.
It's never Coriolanus, you know?
We then go check on Trip, who is getting a tour of the Vissian engine room and talking shop with their chief engineer. There's lots of technobabble being thrown around. Mm-hmm. And then out of nowhere, Trip, in a very nervous way, he goes, you know, where I come from on Earth, there's only 2 genders.
Oh my God, with the 2, really? It's not that,
I know.
Sorry.
I know. And this then leads into a whole bunch of exposition about the cogenitors. So we learn that they make up only 3% of the population, but are absolutely needed for procreation. So, because there's such a small portion of the population, couples who want to have a child basically like get on a waiting list and wait for their turn to get a cogenitor. So once they're chosen, a cogenitor is assigned to them. And then once they've conceived, that cogenitor is then like sent on to the next couple. Mm. And the cogenitors are not allowed to be educated.
Oh, fuck, it's Handmaid's Tale.
They're not allowed to learn to read. Yeah, it is giving Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, this sounds terrible.
All right.
Yeah, it's so not good.
Bill, after this, we're gonna have to do an away mission on Alien Nation because they handled this so much better.
So much better. Yeah.
I also want to mention that while the engineer is giving all this exposition about the cogenitor, he is using the pronouns its.
He is saying they are required for procreation, but does he talk about why they are sort of treated as second-class citizens?
Basically, he's like, they only serve one purpose. But also we'll see, I don't know if it's in the scene, but throughout the episode, it's also assumed that they're just not as smart. I was thinking a lot about the history of American slavery, where people would come up with biological reasons why the slavery was okay inferior. Because they are biologically inferior, barely human. There is a lot of that type of language in this directed towards the cogenitor.
Got it.
Phrenology.
It does seem like they just don't really see the cogenitor as a person.
Okay.
After we get back from a commercial break, Archer is in his room packing his water polo duffel bag.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say he's packing his water polo gear, like he's going to teach his new pal about water polo.
No, but he's got his water polo duffel bag and he's packing it because he is going to be going on a romantic getaway in the Vissian shuttle with his new bud Drennick for the next 3 days.
Aw, adorable.
And the alien and captain is, how do you feel about slugs?
I mean, to be fair, we've established that Archer can't fuck anybody on the ship. So, like, I hope he gets some. I know he won't, but I hope he does.
Bill, I want you to know, in my notes, I wrote, for the next 3 days, in parentheses, pause for Bill to say, and 3 nights. And you failed me.
I did.
You failed.
I'm sorry. I feel shame. I have shamed my household. I want to talk about this first. Can we take just a really quick sidebar? Because Archer does not have romantic assignations. He has, and I have to assume, my assumption is this came from Scott Bakula himself. He was like, I don't want to be Captain Kirk. I don't want to be perceived as a womanizer. And I assume this is because...
Possibly. We did see him
kiss
that one
happily
lady.
married man. He's been married for a long time, but like he kissed a
couple
kissed
of
a woman. He
He's
kissed a couple of women, but he doesn't.
Well, one woman, one slug. But
yeah. But this is just my assumption. I have no confirmation. This is just my idea that's why they shifted onto Trip. Is that
I agree with you, Bill. I think that was probably a Scott Bakula choice, and what they did was they decided that Trip was going to be that character, or maybe it was an age thing.
I mean, TNG they did kind of give some romantic stuff later to Patrick Stewart, but they very much gave most of that to Riker.
Yeah.
Archer is absolutely giddy with excitement. And T'Pol is like, that is a very small shuttle for 2 people to be spending 3 days in.
Damn!
And Archer, channeling Casablanca, replies, This could be the beginning of a beautiful relationship.
Oof.
I don't understand how you can watch this and not be like, he's got a crush on this man.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're trying to play it off as they're like bros, like Archer thinks this is going to be his new best friend, but everything about it comes across as romantic. From their like 2-person dinner to like they're going to be in this little shuttle together.
Just going off of what Bill just said about Scott Bakula making some choices, I hope with all of my heart that this was Scott Bakula's choice to make it seem way gayer than it should be. Like, that they wanted it, you know? He was like, all right, I'm gonna play this gay as shit. Come on, let's do this.
You see him open up his water polo bag, and he's putting like 2 bottles of wine, a 60-pack of condoms, some candles.
Archer then hands T'Pol a list of films that he has personally picked out because he thinks Drennick will like them. He made a mixtape, like a film mixtape.
Mixtape. That's so romantic.
So T'Pol then goes to engineering to give Trip the list of films from Archer and asks Trip to send these films over to the Vissian ship.
Oh my god.
Paris is burning.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, we do not get to see this list of films.
Oh, bummer.
And Trip takes the opportunity to tell T'Pol about the Cogenitor. And I want to say Trip uses she, her pronouns for this.
For the Cogenitor?
Yeah. And T'Pol actually asks him why he's using those particular pronouns. And Trip says, quote, she looks more like a her than a him.
Ugh.
So I just want to pause for a second to clarify how I am going to use pronouns in this episode. I put a lot of thought into this. I actually emailed my friend Dax, who is non-binary and loves Star Trek, to get their opinion because I was really like, what do I do? Because in this episode, the Vissians always use it's. Trip always uses she, her. Everyone else will use one of those two. There's no they, them.
There's no they, them.
We never get the Cogenitor's preferred pronouns.
That was my next question.
There are non-binary people that prefer it.
Sure.
But in this case, when the Vissians use it, it feels objectifying, like it feels pejorative.
Yeah. It sounds like it's intended.
And so I don't feel comfortable with that, but I also was like, I don't really feel comfortable with using she, her.
Right.
So if I'm quoting someone or paraphrasing them, I'm going to use the pronouns that they said. If I am just talking about it, I'm going to use they, them. That's what I've decided.
Perfect.
But nowhere in this episode does anybody ever use a they, them pronoun, which I think makes, like, this is 2002.
Here's my question, and you don't have to answer this now. You can wait until the end of the episode to answer this. Is this what the episode is grappling with? I assume that that's what they're trying to do, is that...
Yeah, it will be grappling over the personhood of this person and different things like that. So I also just want to say that when I was writing this script, switching between 3 different pronouns. Well, that's the script for Enterprise Plating.
Oh, okay.
Swapping between 3 different pronouns was fucking up my brain.
Yeah.
And I was fucking it up all over the place. I had to go over my script multiple times because I was like having Trip say they, them. I was just using it. So I am probably going to fuck this up at some point.
Understood.
I promise I'm not trying to like misgender this fictional character, but I just want to say, like, if I mess it up, the Vissians always use it.
Right.
Trip always uses she, her. So if I say something else, that is not what I mean to do. And otherwise, I will try to use they, them, but, you know, like, we'll see what happens. My brain was a mess. Like, it was like, my brain was jelly. Like, I just trying to swap between it was messing me up.
Trying to engage with this show is a radioactive experience at the best of times. Trying to engage with them in terms of gender in 2025 is a Herculean effort. So I appreciate what you're doing, Jamie.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, we're all heroes.
I am absolutely not a hero.
I am a hero for explaining this episode to you guys. That is true.
I would describe you as Herculean, who was set about these tests because he murdered his family in a fit of rage set upon him by Hera, who was angry that Zeus fathered him.
Back to Trip and T'Pol. Trip tells T'Pol that they treat her like a pet. He's like, even Porthos has a name. T'Pol replies, it's not our place to judge the customs of other cultures.
We need to objectify other cultures, Trip.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, as the Vulcans in Enterprise, I don't think she can say that.
Yeah, no shit.
Because those Vulcans fucking judge all kinds of shit. Anyway.
Trip continues to try to get T'Pol to understand that the way they treat the cogenitors is like one of oppression, but T'Pol is not getting it. She's like, Trip, trigender reproduction is not uncommon. And which, to be fair, Trip also seems to not quite understand. Right. But Trip is really frustrated, and he's like, it is not about that. Like, you are missing the point.
Right.
It's about, he says it's about human rights, to which T'Pol points out, they are not human. And I do want to point out, too, I know we in 2025 are like, Trip is clearly misgendering this person, but they're having Trip use she, her in order to humanize this person.
Right.
As opposed to the it's.
What they're saying is it's not an it, it's a person. It's clearly being mistreated. So of course it's a she, right? I mean, she is what would, I mean, I'm not saying that in a shitty way. I'm just saying that is how humanity has worked for a long time. That like, if there is a gender that's being, you know, treated poorly, it's more likely to be a she. So of course he's going to use she. I actually think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And I think like, obviously people were using singular they forever. They've been using it for hundreds of years, but
not in that context.
For in this type of context. And I think that was very unusual for that time. And so I can understand why they, even if the writers knew about they, them pronouns, they probably were like, our audience is not going to understand this. Certainly. So I do think they had their heart in the right place. T'Pol tells Trip that this could ruin their first contact with the Visians. So Trip should keep his opinions to himself.
Oh, I'm sure that's going to work out well. Trip, super good at keeping his opinions to himself, like that time he called the Vulcan ambassador pathetic on the Microsoft Teams call.
So Trip then goes to Phlox, hoping to find someone to like commiserate with him a little bit. But Phlox is also not getting it.
Really?
He tells Trip that he shouldn't be so nosy about other people's mating habits, which is coming from Phlox.
That is literally Phlox's thing. That's his identity. It's Doc Phlox would like to know about your sexuality. That is who he is.
At this point, Trip realizes that he's in a simulation and this Phlox is not the real one. I'm sorry, you're not interested in...
Riker saying, end program, this is not realistic. We're going to have to keep working on it.
You're not interested in another race's mating rituals?
And this continues to come up in this episode where Trip's concern about the cogenitor, which is based in like the treatment of this cogenitor as like a second-class citizen.
For lack of a better term, dehumanization, which I really like.
Is interpreted by everyone else as, why do you care about their sexual habits?
Wild.
And he's like, I don't give a fuck about their sexual habit. I care about the fact that they like don't educate them and like force them to help others procreate, and they don't seem to have any choice in the matter.
I like
and
Trip
like no
this.
one else seems to get it.
That's wild.
So again, with Phlox, Trip is like, you are missing the point. It's about how they treat these cogenitors as inferior. But Phlox, it's just not getting through to him. And Trip finally asks Phlox if he has any scans of, because he does a bunch of scans when like aliens come on the ship, if he has any scans of their mental capacity, because he wants to know if the cogenitor is different mentally than the male and female Visians.
Right.
And Phlox says that he only scanned them for pathogens. He didn't do like a brain scan.
He didn't do a full scan, right.
And Trip is like, could I scan them? Like, could I just like borrow some equipment and we'll
Hey,
do a
HIPAA
little,
doesn't
do a little
matter.
scan?
In
And
space,
Flux-
no one can hear you, HIPAA.
And Flux is like, sure, why not?
Yeah, that's our Flux.
Better if Trip just stole it.
Yeah, I kind
Better.
of would have liked that, but
Yeah,
honestly,
I would like that a
would he-
lot.
I guess I was
I
about
don't
to say
think
would he
just
know how to use
you
it, but he
press
is an
a
engineer.
button and you wave it. Come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We then cut to our C plot. Yes, guys, we have a C plot.
What?
Because we have 3 statements about Malcolm, 2 of which are true,
Oh.
that we need to get to.
Oh,
Here we go.
no, I
Lay it on me.
forgot. I'd
Cannot wait.
forgotten
Cannot
about
wait.
that.
Cannot wait. Can we just review the 3 statements?
Yeah, I have them written down.
All right, go, Maria.
Okay, number 1, Malcolm eats cheese in a sensual
Seductively.
manner.
Mhm. Yep.
Number 2, Malcolm has a three-way kiss.
Yep.
I have a 3-way kiss with, but then I don't know what the rest was. So
right,
Two,
three-way
it
kiss.
was like 2 sexy blonde.
with 2 sexy
alien
blonde
ladies.
ladies. And number 3, Malcolm
God.
gets laid next to the phase cannon assembly. It's
Oh
so
God,
gross.
have they
All of them
mistaken
are
Malcolm
so
for a
gross.
cogenitor?
Oh, God. Okay, so,
But it's 2 ladies. He's with 2 ladies.
all right, so our C plot.
2 ladies. Sorry, I've been listening to Cabaret a lot lately.
Malcolm is in the mess hall with one of the very pretty Vissian ladies that we had seen earlier, just one of them. And they are sharing a fruit and cheese platter.
Oh no. Oh no. No.
He
not the
says he
cheese.
chose these cheese varieties to show her because they had the strongest smells. Now, it's, I know this sounds strange, but it comes up a couple times in this episode that the Vissians' aroma in their food is
Oh,
extremely
okay.
important to
Okay.
them, more important to them than the taste of the food.
Okay.
Hey girl, how
Hey,
do you
girl.
like smells?
I heard you like smells, so I gave you some smells in my smells.
I'd forgotten to mention it earlier, but like in the earlier scene when they were eating, when they were asked
Quite
how they
alright.
liked their food, they said the aromas were a little bland for them. Because they enjoy like strong smells. So Malcolm had found a bunch of cheeses with strong smells
Some very strong
to
smelling cheeses.
try to impress
All
her.
right,
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. That's all right, Malcolm. I approve. That's good. That's a little game.
Put a pin in this for me, you two, because I used to be a cheesemonger, so I'm curious to see what cheeses he has chosen.
Oh yeah. So
Then you will love
check that
this
out.
because I'm only going to talk about 2 here, but when you see the cheese platter, it's
I'll check
you're
it out.
gonna be able to identify all the cheeses.
Fantastic.
So first she takes a chunk of this Stilton and
Good
she
one.
sniffs it,
Mhm.
and then she holds it out to Malcolm in her fingers and feeds him the cheese in a very sensual manner.
Okay.
I don't like it.
And if you think I am just editorializing by calling it sensual, she then picks up a piece of Munster cheese, does the same thing,
Oh,
she
very
sniffs
strong.
it, and then she holds it up to his nose and says, and this is a quote, "Don't you find it sensual?"
No, I don't. It's a very strong cheese, but it is not sensual.
Malcolm sniffs the Munster cheese and gulps and breathily whispers, "Very."
Y'all, the second contact for this is going to be 2 hours long. We got to talk about the congenitor stuff. We got to talk about this cheese nonsense. We have so
Oh.
many things to talk
We are
about.
not at the end of this scene,
Oh,
Maria.
I know. We're not at the
I'm
end of the
gonna-
scene. Ooh.
Are these are conventionally attractive females?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
And she's feeding him like in her fingers.
Oh, sure.
So,
I'm gonna find this race, bring them some Jasper Hills Harbison, and I am gonna.
oh my God,
store-
Jasper Hills Harbison is my all-time favorite cheese.
Isn't it amazing?
And I'm so mad because there was a cheese place in Chicago that used to sell it and it went out of business a couple years ago. And I have not been able to find it since. And I am absolutely devastated.
It's a very, very tricky cheese, but very, very nice.
So anyways, she is holding this cheese up, this piece of Munster cheese up to his nose, and he sniffs it. And then he carefully takes a bite of it. And she takes her pinky finger and wipes his lip with
Oh,
it.
nice.
And then says, "Can we visit the armory later? I'm anxious to see your tactical array."
Oh, God. All right. I think I'm
Also,
realizing
she's
I'm like-
definitely just trying to get information about their weapons capabilities.
I think I've
But
lost.
ew.
Okay, this contradicts everything we've learned about. Okay, obviously he's trying to get laid here, which contradicts the he's a closeted gay man narrative. But he likes bland food, except for pineapple.
Yeah. Well, actually, so with the Stilton, I kind of skipped it because I just figured, guys, there's like so much in this episode that I went through and was like removing a bunch of stuff from my script today. But he mentions that he has not had it in many years.
Cheese, or he hasn't had it?
Stilton. And specifically.
He hasn't had any
I haven't had it in many years. What? Stilton? That's a Python joke.
That is
because she's like, you're not familiar with it? And so I think you're right, Bill. It's because he likes he likes bland food, but he picked these foods for her because he thought she would like it, and then she has him try it.
Okay.
So just to remind you, she has said, can we visit the armory later? I'm anxious to see your tactical array. And Malcolm replies, there's an old Earth expression. I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Woof.
And then he licks his lips.
Woof.
All right.
This scene, if it had been Trip, it
would have been
but
delightful.
There's something about Malcolm. There's something just pervy about him.
Yeah, I agree. I
The
think
devil you say.
That just like with Trip, it would have been kind of charming, but with Malcolm, the like horny look when he gets it on his face is just like, ugh, I don't like
Here's
it.
a thought. For various reasons, I've been thinking about the movie The Prestige a lot lately, and spoiler alert for The Prestige, there are 2 Christian Bales. He plays twin characters in that.
Right.
What if there are 2 Malcolms wandering around in this ship and nobody knows it, and there is the pervert Malcolm and the closeted gay Malcolm in this? Which one are we getting? No, what if they're 2 actually separate characters? What if there is Armory Officer Malcolm and Tactical Officer Malcolm, and everybody on the show knows this but does not acknowledge this?
he's just managed to clone himself, and so... Yeah.
When he was at that station.
Yeah, when he was at that dead stop space station, he just he just put himself into the copier, and then he was like, okay, here's what we're gonna do, and it turned into that Michael Keaton
William
movie,
Riker himself, and nobody
Duplicity.
comments it on
it just turns into duplicity.
Exactly. Oh
Great.
boy. The show has broken my mind.
Yeah, I feel like we're also kind of playing like bingo on random shit that we can bring up today.
All right, so we then cut to the other budding relationship in this episode. Drennick and Archer.
Oh.
They are inside their very tiny cramped shuttle, and they are rowing it up. Archer is telling Drennick about his dad and his relationship with his dad. Drennick is acting oh so interested in everything that Archer has to say. At one point, Archer is talking about how his species doesn't travel very far from home, despite the fact they have this like incredibly advanced technology, because he says there's just too much to see close to home. And Archer tells him that now he has a reason to come all the way to Earth.
Damn, they definitely fucked, it sounds like.
And Drennick says that maybe he could make an exception to come and visit them.
I love this for Archer.
Drennick then tells Archer that they're going to be taking in the shuttle a little closer, and he warns him that it could get a bit turbulent.
Oh yeah, it could. Mm-hmm.
Archer smiles at him and says it's all good with him. And this, it's really like so tiny. They're in these seats next to each other, but their arms are like not quite touching, but a good like inch between them, just like a little bit of space between them. They're very, very close together. Meanwhile, back in our A-plot, Trip is learning all about the Visian engine, and the engineer is telling him that they may be able to upgrade the Enterprise's engines. And then again, out of nowhere, Trip is just like, so, are your quarters nice? How are your quarters? Do you get special quarters on the ship because you're married? Like, I want to know all about them.
What's up with this congenitor nonsense?
And then he's like, I would actually love to see your quarters.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hello.
And,
that's a move.
And the engineer is like, weird. Okay, but would you like to join me and my wife for dinner tonight in our quarters? And Trip's like, yeah, I would love that.
That guy's going home and being like, honey, I found a unicorn.
Yeah, 100%. That is how this scene comes off.
Yeah.
How amazing would it be if they thought all humans were cogenitors in this episode?
We then cut to Trip, who is having dinner with the engineer and his wife in their quarters.
So many private dinners. I'm so excited.
The Visian couple is watching Trip intently. So they gave him some food and he hasn't tried it yet. And they are both like leaning over, like watching him, waiting for him to take his first bite of this food.
Do they have food?
Yeah, they have food in front of him, but they're very clearly like waiting. They're like leaning forward. They're very concerned over whether he's going to like this food.
Oh, they definitely date rape drugged this guy.
No, I mean, it comes across like a date where they are like trying to impress him and they're like concerned that he's not going to like the food. And nice. So they're like leaning over, they're like watching him like very intently, hoping beyond hope that he's going to like it and very concerned that he won't. So Trip is looking kind of nervous because they're staring at him and he knows he needs to like, he doesn't want to offend them. So he gets some food on his fork. And he lifts it up to his nose and he sniffs
common
it
to
first.
all interstellar cultures.
He sniffs it first because that's how he's seen these other aliens do.
Fantastic.
And his first reaction is kind of to recoil a little bit, but then he like catches himself and stops. And you can see it's very much it has clearly a very pungent smell, but he doesn't want to offend them. So he kind of like catches himself.
Right.
To try to be respectful, but he's looking at this food very nervously, and then he slowly puts it in his mouth, and then his expression changes, and you can tell he actually kind of likes it.
Oh, it's blood sausage.
And he tells them that it's pretty mild considering the smell. And then Kala explains that for Visians, the aroma is more important than the taste. So apparently their food, even though it has a strong smell, it doesn't necessarily have a strong taste to go along with the strong smell.
And then Trip introduces them to scratch and sniff stickers, and they lose their fucking minds.
Goddamn minds.
And Trip is like, so your cogenitor is not joining us? And they're like, it eats only one meal a day. Oh. And Trip, he's like, I was really kind of hoping they'd be here. And Kala is like, what the fuck? This is so weird. Like, why would you want the cogenitor here? Like, that would just be a really strange thing to want. The engineer turns to his wife and goes, oh, it's just he's very curious about our mating habits. Oh. And she's like, oh, in that case, let me go get it. Oh, okay. I am telling you, like, they see Trip and they're like, this is our unicorn for tonight. Oh, we're going to have a fun time. That is like 100% the vibe of this whole scene.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't see what happens next. Instead, we cut to sickbay, where Trip is going over the brain scans
Can
of
I
all
get
three
another
Visians.
inoculation, doctor?
He apparently at some point secretly scanned all of them.
Oh my god!
At dinner.
Classic Trek.
Not great though. Not great, but okay.
Phlox then confirms that all of them have extremely similar neural pathways, despite the fact that they're different genders. So basically, the conclusion is that they are all mentally just as capable.
Right.
Woof.
Meanwhile, over in our sexy B-plot, Archer is sitting very close to Drennick in their tiny little shuttle. And remember, there was turbulence, so they're now bouncing around a little bit.
Oh, sure. Mm-hmm.
And Archer asked Drennick if he could take the controls. And
yes,
Drennick
I can.
Slides them over to him.
Please does he come behind him like in Ghost? Like
no.
Like holds his hands as he's doing it?
No, we don't quite get there.
The environmental controls have failed and they're under one blanket.
Yeah, I'm just going to imagine that's what happened.
Right.
But he because the controls are like on this like thing that can be moved, so he like moves them over to Archer.
Oh.
And Archer is able to stabilize the ship, and Drennick is very impressed. And Archer's face, he is just glowing under Drennick's compliments. Like, there is a point, I think it's in this scene, it might be later, but there's definitely at one point in one of these scenes, because there's a whole bunch of these scenes, and I actually cut some out or combined some because there were so many.
Right.
But there's one point where Drennick, like, compliments something about his, like, flying, and then is like turned around facing away from Archer doing something on the wall. And Archer looks over, sees that Dranik isn't looking at him, and then gets like the biggest smile on his face, but then like catches him and then like looks over again and then like fixes his face so that he doesn't have the giant smile, so that Dranik won't look over and see his big smile. It is so cute, actually. Like
that sounds adorable.
It's like genuinely these two are very adorable together.
And this is Andreas Katsoulis, who is fucking fantastic. So I'm so excited to watch this.
Yeah. He's great as this character too, especially because you get all these scenes with Archer. Archer has no idea what's going on back on the Enterprise. He doesn't even know about Cogenitor. Like, he doesn't know anything about that. And he's just like, this guy is my bro.
Yeah,
I'm in love with him. He's my new best friend. Like, he's so into him. He seems so nice. Everything about the Visians from Archer's point of view seems perfectly matched.
Right.
They have super advanced technology that they're willing to just share. They want to come visit. They want to, they're like,
I love that so
they're
much.
so friendly. Archer's like, this is amazing. And Dranik is it's so good at, like, he seems so friendly, but then you at points remember the way him and the rest of his species treats the cogenitors.
Right.
And you realize there's like this darkness under there that is not coming through. He can act all great on the surface.
Right.
Again, like a slave owner or something that is like very charming and very
lovely,
nice in some contexts. But also own slaves. That is like the feeling that you get. It's
Cool.
like, it's really well done, in my opinion.
All right. Nice. Very cool.
And it's well done because this actor's so good at playing Dranik and being so friendly, even though we know all this other stuff is going on.
He's just such a fucking good actor.
All right. So back in the Visian engineering room, Trip again is talking to the lead engineer. Again, there's like so much, now I forgot what's the word for technobabble.
Yep,
so much technobabble. This episode is chock full of technobabble because it's always
Jamie,
like,
just to let you know, the word you're looking for is technobabble.
Thank you, Bill.
Technical difficulties.
Technobabble. So Trip is like, oh, I'm just like so hungry. I am starving. I'm just gonna go over to the mess hall. And the engineer's like, well, I could like show you how to, no, don't worry about it. I'll find my way. Don't you stay here. I'm just gonna go grab something to eat. Trip leaves. And of course, instead of going to the mess hall, he secretly heads to the engineer's quarters where he finds the cogenitor.
I kind of love Trip in this. Like, he's like, fuck this noise. This is some bullshit. I'm gonna do some shit that's really sneaky and just make it happen.
Trip tells them that he came there to teach them how to read.
What? Okay.
And then we fade to commercial.
Trip goes, this is a book that meant a lot to me, and he pulls it out, and it's Hop on Pop.
Green eggs and ham.
Well, actually, so when we get back from commercial break, he's showing her this like app on a pad that he has to learn to read, where literally, guys, all it is it apparently has the words, presumably in the Visian language. And when you touch the word, it speaks it out loud.
It's a speak
and that is
spell.
Literally all it is.
It's a fucking speaking spell.
That is all it is.
That is all you need.
No, he doesn't pull. It's
for education.
It's the speaking say. He pulls it. He pulls the ripcord. The cow goes. Mrrr.
But the cogenitor looks very uncomfortable and says it's not right for them to be learning this. But Tripp tells them, you are as capable as they are, as smart as they are. You have the same rights to learn, to choose how you're going to live, to have a name.
Huh.
But the cogenitor does not seem convinced.
Oof.
Trip keeps pushing, though, and eventually they do start to look kind of interested. And then they start like using the pad a bit and tapping the words, and we hear it say, today we're going to read.
Oh no. I just had a vision of the future that I do not like. Let's see what happens here. Oof.
It's the Diamond Age.
So it's been a little while since we checked in on Malcolm and his pretty blonde lady in the armory.
I forgot about the C plot.
Oh, God, am I going to blow this because it's only one lady? Oh, fuck, it's only one lady.
She is looking very unimpressed with their weapon tech and says that her ship's weaponry is far more sophisticated.
Malcolm's missile isn't big enough.
Oh, poor Malcolm.
She calls it quaint. And Malcolm, you can see he is hurt by this.
Yeah,
but then she notices and she adds quaint and charming.
Yeah, all right. I'll take quaint and charming, whatever.
He then asks her if she would like to see the phase cannon assembly.
Oh, I'm gonna be wrong and I hate it so
No, it's me. I'm the one who's wrong.
He then opens one of those weirdly tiny doors, the ones we saw in the crossing. And guys, we learn why the doors are so small. Because Malcolm tells her after you, and in order to get in the door, because it's so small, she has to bend over to go through it.
That's why they're
and Malcolm then overtly tilts his head to look at her ass.
Right.
So apparently that's the purpose of the doors.
I don't like
so
it.
you can look at people's butt as they go through them.
I'll let Scott know. He'll be thrilled.
Is that part of the Starfleet technical manual?
Until Ensign Jeffries came along, and then they all got standardized.
How is the costuming on this this character? Is it
good
tight?
question.
Is it?
She's wearing like a uniform, like the beige uniforms, and it's got white trim. So it's it looks like a so it's not like a sexy outfit.
Okay.
But she
it's
looks
tight
good
fitting.
in it.
But it's well
What
fitting.
Yeah, but it's
here's
like
what I'm
like
asking
almost
is,
like
if
a
you saw her
suit.
bending over in it, is it like shapeless or is it
Yeah, so
form-fitting?
she has like pants, and you can like kind of see her. Like it's not like real tight, but you can definitely like see her butt cheek.
Okay, so it's not like a unitard.
There's a little butt there.
Right.
Yeah, it's not like a unitard because the camera is there, and she bends over, and it's just like butt in the camera.
The camera zooms in and zooms out again while a timpani drum is being tuned in the background.
The camera is at butt level when she bends over. Like you get a really good look of her at her butt, and then it cuts to Malcolm's face where you see him looking at her butt.
Yeah.
It is like very overt.
It's two
I'm not
butts
like
looking at
leaning
each
into
other.
this.
I would like it so much more if she was wearing like a completely shapeless outfit.
Yeah,
And
she's in a
Malcolm is
robe.
like,
She was in like a
but that's what
Vulcan
Malcolm,
robe.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and that's what Malcolm's into. He's like, yeah.
They then go into, I guess, where the phase cannon assembly is, and it's quite cramped. And so Malcolm apologizes for how cramped it is. And she replies, "Don't be. I wanted to get a little closer to you all day.
There we go.
I was hoping to spend some intimate time with you. Maybe we could sleep together tonight."
Oh my goodness, Malcolm. Did he?
And then she Vulcan nerf pinches him.
Yeah. Malcolm just goes, nah, just runs.
Malcolm is so surprised by this that he stands up quickly, but because it's like a small area, he like hits his head on something.
And on the roof!
Although, okay, here's the thing though. I could not figure out what he hit his head on because we then see they both stand up straight. So they're like bent over and then he stands up, but then they both stand up straight and the ceiling is above them. So it wasn't on the ceiling, but there's nothing there and it is truly unclear what he actually hit his head on. There's not actually anything there.
There's a coconut tree just off screen.
Ghost
But
shelf.
it is funny. It is really funny the way he's like, you see his eyes and he's like, what? And then he kind of stands up and goes, ow.
Oh boy.
Amazing. Okay.
And then he tells her on Earth, it's customary to ask a woman to dinner first before spending the night with her. And she says it's very different on Viscia. It's only when a woman enjoys her intimate time with a man that she'll join him for dinner.
Oh, I like Viscia.
Which is a little questionable because Trip, we did see him having dinner with people. So,
those people are those two are
It's
freaks.
It's different for a married couple and unicorns, though. You gotta.
Anyways, end of C plot. The word plot is like a little much for what happens there. That's literally it. We never see Malcolm or this lady again.
What?
That's it.
Wait, we never see Malcolm again? Wait, we never see Malcolm again?
In this episode. Maybe.
Yeah, in this episode.
Ah, damn.
But what was the point of any of that? Who knows? Like I said, calling it a plot is even like a stretch.
We never get an answer as to whether they fucked?
They definitely like this.
Right.
It is very clear that they fucked.
Okay. As long as that's clear.
She literally said maybe we could sleep together. Like they were like,
right.
She was saying, "Fuck me."
Okay, but he was like, "But we have to have dinner first." But then,
and then she's like, "That's not the way we do it."
Got it.
It's pretty clear that they fuck as soon as the camera cuts away.
Got it.
Beyond the implications of how they treat this third gender in this episode, that's got to be a very interesting dynamic for this race, is if this third gender is not present, you can fuck whoever you want and you're not going to get pregnant.
Oh, yeah, that's actually really interesting.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's why they seem a little promiscuous, because there isn't, procreation is really not a part of it unless you specifically bring it in.
Oh, that's actually, God, that could be so interesting.
So the following day, we see Trip checking in on the Cogenitor, who is now reading an entire book. It's an actual paper book, and we do
we
see
know they
that
read very quickly, and
they learn fast,
fast. And we see that the language is in the Vissian language, because originally in the other scene, me and Eric were like, is he teaching her to read English? Or is he teaching them to read English? Like, he is teaching them in this Vissian language. As we see the book, we see the writing. And Trip is shockingly impressed with how good their reading is after only one night, and excitedly tells them about all of the subjects that they're now going to be able to study, and all the places they're going to be able to go, and all the experiences that they're now going to be able to have. And his enthusiasm is like really making an impression on the Cogenitor. Like the Cogenitor is getting like
really excited.
It's clear that they had never really considered what their life could be, because they'd never been given choices. And now Trip is like, think of all the things that you could choose to do with your life instead of just like doing what the other Vissians force you to do.
And then Trip gives them a complete copy of the Places You'll Go, which was I see where this is going. I'm not happy about it, but I see where this is going.
I do too, fine. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be really mad, really upset about this.
They then tell him, I'd like my name to be Trip, just like yours.
Aww.
And Trip is like, actually, my name is Charles.
Oh, right, fair.
And they're like, well, then I also would like my name to be Charles.
That's
it's kind of cute.
Yeah, that's
I was debating after this. I was like, should I start calling them Charles instead of Cogenitor? But that seemed weird. So I felt like that was too confusing. So I'm still going to call them Cogenitor, even though their chosen name is Charles.
So Trip says to Trip, hey, where's Travis?
Yeah. And that's the thing. I was like, this is going to be way, because I was thinking about it and I'm like, this is going to be way too confusing. But now it's time to check in on our lovers, Archer and Drennick.
No.
They are doing scans of the sun or something, and there's this flare thing, and it causes some like problem for the shuttle, and so the shuttle's bouncing all over the place. It's very dangerous. But it's okay because Archer is good at flying shuttles, so
these solar waves certainly are heaving.
And Drennick is so impressed with Archer's piloting, and again Archer is just like basking in the glow of these compliments. I think this is actually the part where he does the like secret smile thing and then tries to like smile in front of him, and it's really cute. We then cut back to Trip, who has taken the Cogenitor back to the Enterprise and is showing them around. Yeah. And he takes them to see engineering, where they go in another one of those tiny doors. In this case, Trip is in the front, maybe because he wants to show his butt off to them. Who knows?
That's a good butt.
Trip's got a nice butt.
Yeah. Solid.
It is funny, though, these little doors, we'd never seen them before the crossing. And now, they're like every episode we see these little doors.
Oh, the tiny doors.
And at some point in here, they do have a conversation about how if they get caught, the Cogenitor says that they will get punished.
Oh.
Trip then takes them back to his quarters and decides he's going to show them a movie. So he is looking through a list of movies to pick one. And we actually get a shot of the list of movies.
Oh.
So give me a second. I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to send you the screen grab.
Fabulous.
Okay.
So only one of these is real. All the rest are fake. And they are pretty funny. We cannot go through all of them.
Still is real.
These all look like porn titles.
But I was thinking it would be fun if we just went around and each of us said our favorite.
I love this. Yeah, tag yourself.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, Bill, what's your favorite?
I'm sorry. My first reaction is all of these look like porn titles.
Yeah.
Band in Phoenix, Beyond the Rocky Mountains, Canyon of the Rustler. Curse of the Buccaneer.
Yeah, these are fantastic.
We can't read all of them.
No, we can't.
Maria, what's your favorite?
I think my favorite is probably It Came From Beneath the Refrigerator.
Bride of Chaotica is a Voyager reference.
Oh, you're right. It is.
I really like The Strange Case of Mr. Cigars.
That's very good.
I'm fucking sorry. The last one on this list is Jailhouse Promise.
Yeah. It's under Thriller.
It's under Thriller, Bill. It's not a porn.
It's definitely a porn.
I don't know what the real one is.
Okay, but we can't. Please remove this from your screen because if it stays up, we're going to talk about this all night. But I just needed to send it to you guys because it was so funny.
Flame.
The real one is The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, because that's the only real one, that is the one that Trip is going to choose to show to the cogenitor.
But it's the nasty one from 2027.
Ugh.
Later on, after they have watched the movie, they're talking about it over a game of Go, which the cogenitor wins.
Excellent.
All right.
And Trip tells them it's getting late and he should get them back to their ship before they get caught. And I do love just the little detail of the cogenitor beating Trip at Go.
At Go, yeah.
Because the episode makes it very, very clear that not only are the Visians in general are extremely smart species.
Right.
The cogenitors are also that smart.
Equally
so it's
smart.
not even that they're like as smart as a human. The cogenitors are actually smarter than humans.
Right. Well, when Phlox scanned them, he said they were all basically equal, right? It wasn't that the cogenitors were even slightly less intelligent.
No, it was just that they were basically the same.
Right.
Got it.
I also just like the detail of also just the male and female brains, also the same.
Okay.
It's just like a nice little thing where I'm like, because frankly, a lot of people still don't believe that.
I mean, men are from Vulcan and women are from Betazed. I mean, we know that.
But yeah, like if you have a brain like in a lab, there is no way to tell what gender that brain came from or what sex the brain came from.
Until you put it into an android body.
And see who it falls in love with.
To see who it decides to attack. Or if it decides to go purse shopping. Oh boy, let's move on.
Let's move on before Bill gets canceled.
Bill's about to get canceled here.
We then cut to T'Pol berating Trip for his actions with the cogenitor. So the Visians basically found out about it and are very upset. And remember, Archer's not back yet, so T'Pol is in charge.
But T'Pol should be better about this.
T'Pol makes Trip tell her everything that happened with the cogenitor and berates him for all of it, telling him that it appears he is doing everything he can to undermine the captain's wishes.
And that's my job, says T'Pol.
I was gonna say, when the fuck did T'Pol ever give a shit about the captain's wishes?
She says that first contacts are very important to Captain Archer, and Trip may have damaged this one irreparably. Help me with this word, guys.
Irreparably. Blah, 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 blah.
Whatever. You guys know what I'm trying to say. Irreparably. Why can't I say this
That is
word?
correct, but it's also very funny that you're having such a hard time with it.
But Trip is not even remotely sorry for his actions.
Yeah, my boy.
Yeah, that's right, Trip.
He points out how smart and capable the cogenitor has proven themselves to be, and how wrong the Visians' treatment of them is.
I just want to point out, I don't think they're going to handle this as well. This would be a TNG plot. This would be Data fucking with something, and Picard being mildly annoyed that you're doing it, and Data saying,
"Nope, this is how it should.
This is the right thing to do." I like the way this is stumbling towards relevance.
But still, think of
I don't trust this show.
Think of just how Archer, when he gets back and he's having the time of his life, when he finds out what has happened, it is...
he's not going to fucking care.
Right. Oh,
he's going to pop in an 8-track of Louie Louie and not going to care at all. They're going to fly off to whatever thing they're going to need next fucking week.
Later, Trip is in the Enterprise's engine room. He's no longer allowed back on the Vissian ship. And the Cogenitor comes in. Oh. They are very upset, saying that the Vissians have said that they are not going to help them live up to the potential that Trip has convinced them that they have. And they essentially ask Trip for asylum on the Enterprise.
Oof. Oh my God.
That's a big one.
Oh my God.
We then cut to Archer, who has just returned from his romantic getaway, and he is just glowy. He's so happy, and then he is filled in on everything that has happened with Trip while he was gone. And he is pissed. Yeah, he confronts Trip, saying, "Where is she?" Trip replies, "It's not exactly a she, sir." But then proceeds to use she, her pronouns for the rest of the conversation.
Okay, fine, but still.
They both do, by the way. So for the rest of the conversation, all she, her pronouns. The Vissians are demanding that they return the Cogenitor, but Trip has them in his room currently.
So the progenitor he took the progenitor
because the Cogenitor came to Enterprise to ask Trip for asylum, and Trip brought them to his room.
Let's put him in Daniel's room where nobody bothers to check.
Yeah, fair.
Okay, that actually would have been a really funny idea.
Yeah, it would have been really smart.
He tells Archer, "I did exactly what you'd do, Captain."
Oh, shit.
Debatable.
To which Archer replies, "If that's true, then I've done a pretty lousy job setting an example around here."
Oh, shit.
Well, point of order. I mean, yes, you have.
Yeah, you are right, but in all the wrong ways.
To which Trip says, "Hard agree."
Exactly.
And he continues, "You know, I've wrestled with the fine line between doing what I think is right and interfering with other species. So don't tell me you know what I would have done when I don't even know what I would have done."
Archer says that?
Yeah, that's real interesting. Yeah.
Because he's right. Sure. Like, I think about this, like, just from the outside, and it is like, it's such a complex situation.
And I don't know what Archer would have done, for sure.
Right? And it's one that I love when Star Trek wrestles with these situations where there's like, other species do have different cultures and interfering isn't good. But then sometimes like you see a culture doing something that you're like, it's so unethical that I feel like we can't not interfere. Often some of the best Trek episodes are built off that dichotomy.
I mean, that was Picard's sweet spot for sure. Right.
And I love Archer also being like, "I don't even know what I would have done." And basically admitting right now that he doesn't know what he's going to do.
Right.
This is really complicated and he's unsure how to handle it.
And I just fell in love and it's just so hard to focus.
Trip points out that him teaching her how to read was no different than Archer sharing books and movies with the Vissians. But Archer says that the Vissians asked him to share books and movies with them. And so then he asked Trip, "Did she ask you to teach her how to read?" To which Trip admits that she did not.
Go fuck yourself, Archer.
Yeah.
I mean, in that way, he is kind of right that, like, Trip is the one that pushed this with them.
Agree, but they don't have some sort of directive.
The Prime Directive wouldn't have applied to the Vissians anyway.
No, it doesn't. Fair enough.
Right. It wouldn't have applied.
They have more advanced technology than the humans do.
You can't ask for something you don't know exists. And that's the fundamental problem.
Yeah. Like, it had never occurred to them.
That's not a thing they know. But once they know about it, then they were interested in it. And that's legit.
But I do see Archer's point that is different than Archer sharing books with the Vissians after they asked to see some human literature. Like, it's definitely not the same thing. Archer then takes Trip to go talk to the Cogenitor because Archer's like, I want to speak to this person myself.
Right.
The Cogenitor explains that they cannot go back to their ship now that Trip has helped them understand the oppression they've been living under and that they have the same rights as the other Vissians. Archer responds, "It's not our place to tell you what rights you have." In a shaking voice, they ask Archer if he's going to force them to leave. And Archer just sighs with a sad look on his face.
Oh, no.
We then cut to Archer speaking with the Visians. So Captain Drennick is there and the engineer and his wife, Kala. Captain Drennick says that Archer and him developed a deep bond during their couple days together. So he thinks it should be very simple to resolve. He actually says 2 days together, which is weird because earlier Archer did say 3 days. So
3, right?
How many days were they together? Whatever.
3 days. Let's be honest. It was 2 days.
1 day, like half day
travel.
travel.
It's like the travel day. Anyways.
The first day kind of sucked.
Yeah.
But Archer says that now that the Cogenitor has asked for asylum, they can't just give them back. Drennick then says that the Cogenitor likely doesn't even understand enough to know what asylum even means. Oof. And at this point, you see it on Archer's face. It's like he feels betrayed. This guy that he was so into, like that he was just like, this is the greatest other alien ever. We're going to go off and do great human Visian relations together. And this is the first time that you see Archer look at him like, whoa, this is not the person that I thought he was. Archer gets a little angry and makes it very clear to him that all the evidence shows that the Cogenitors are just as smart and capable of understanding as the other Visians. The engineer and his wife are deeply upset. They tell Archer that if he gives asylum to the Cogenitor, he is also taking away their only shot at ever having a child. And that they've waited a long time for this. And Archer, you can see on his face, like, he feels for them. Right. This sucks. Like, having a child means so much to them. And he realizes, like, he is kind of taking that away from them. And he feels for them. But then he points out the Visians talking about the Cogenitor using it. He says that they are talking about the Cogenitor as if it's an object, not a person. And it's something that he like very much picked up on in this conversation. And he tells them he is not just going to hand over someone who has asked him for their protection. It's a really good scene.
All right, cool.
You see he's like wrestling with all these different things. And he's also feeling this profound disappointment over this guy betrayal over this guy that he's realizing is not who he thought he was. He wanted so badly for this to go well, but he's also realized like he's in a bind because his own ethics are that like if somebody asks him for protection,
he has to give it.
He's got to give it to them. The Visians leave, and as Drennick is leaving, he tells Archer that they're not going anywhere. They've got some time, so he really hopes Archer will reconsider. So just want to take a little quick break. How are you guys feeling at this point? Remember, this is considered one of the best episodes of Enterprise and possibly all Star Trek. It's considered like a top episode.
I'm looking forward to seeing this episode. I have absolutely no confidence in the showrunners of this episode to resolve this well. But yeah, I'm interested in seeing an interesting topic be explored. That maybe this is a turning point for Enterprise to become a good show.
Okay, here's how I'm feeling, and that is terrified. Because, as I mentioned earlier, I was supposed to do this episode. So I didn't care that much because I thought I was going to be the one doing it, so I got spoiled a little on it. I don't know how this ends. I have no idea how this is going to go. But I'm worried because so far, this seems great. Not great, but like...
I mean, I thought, like, when I got to hear, I was like, this is good. Obviously, like, there's some problems, but it feels like their heart's in the right place.
Right. That is exactly right. And so that's why I'm terrified, because I know that this isn't going to go well. Like, I'm just worried that they're not going to handle this well and how this is going to end. So I'm really excited, honestly, that they have handled it as well as they have thus far, but I do not have enough faith in Star Trek Enterprise, because I can also see, even if the end is bad, how this could be considered a really good episode, because it's dealing with some really interesting, complex issues that we're dealing with today, even, forget about in 2000. And that's the other thing, is I just don't trust that era to have handled this well, because nobody handled it well. That is my
right there
concern.
with you.
Yeah, so I'm hopeful but worried, but I think I should be worried.
Yeah, because that's when I got to this, I was like, I'm like really excited for this. I loved Archer in that scene, and I was feeling really good about this episode at this point. Okay. I was like, this might be one of the best episodes I've seen of this show. And yeah, pronouns are all over the place. I had to listen. Eric, every single time anyone said she or her, he goes, like under his breath, he goes, not a she. Not a she. Every single time. Like, someone's like, she, and he goes, not a she. And I'm like, I get it, but just like, I need to watch this episode.
But also, I sort of love Eric.
But he was saying what I was thinking, because in my head, every time somebody said she, in my head, I'm like, not a she. Not a she. Not a her.
Yeah, but even that, like, I can understand, like, I would forgive that. I would 100% forgive the pronouns issue if they handle this well. But I don't think they're going to handle this ending well.
Well, let's find out.
Let's do it.
We then cut to Archer and T'Pol walking through the hallways of the Enterprise. T'Pol says to him, "You shouldn't have misgivings. You made the right choice."
Odd, given her previous statements.
We then cut to Trip's quarters, where I just want to say the first thing we see is a brief shot of a close-up of his bookshelf with a bunch of really old-looking books, like the kind of books that are like antique books with like the spines that are like embossed in gold.
Oh, okay.
There were only 3 books that you could read the titles for. I'm not going to give them to you now. I'm going to save them for our second contact episode.
Fantastic.
But I just want to tell you now so that you guys know, do not look up these books, because one of them is Gulliver's Travels. The other 2 are ones I'd never heard of. I looked them up. They're old books, and they are wild choices. So, including Gulliver's Travels, excited. Also wild choice.
Also a wild choice.
We will get to these in the second contact. Trip is in his room introducing the cogenitor to Mozart's Piano Sonata No. 16 in C major when Archer and T'Pol come in. Archer gives a sad look to Trip and the cogenitor. Then Trip looks over at the cogenitor and sighs and looks back to Archer with a sad, resigned look on his face. Nobody says anything in this entire scene. We then get a view of space, where, like, from outside the ship, and we see the Vissian ship flying off. And then we are back on the bridge. Captain Drennick hails them to say goodbye and says that he hopes yesterday's unfortunate incident won't interfere with future relations between our people.
If he's happy, things aren't good.
Archer then tells Travis, who's at the helm, and this is the first time that we see Travis in this episode. He gets no lines.
Oh.
But we do see him at the helm. Archer tells Travis that it's time to leave the Hypergiant. The only reason I even included this line in here is because of Travis. I just was like, Travis is here. It's exciting to see Travis. We then cut to Archer's room, where his reading is interrupted by another call from Captain Drennick. We do not see this call.
Drennick is obsessed.
But we then cut straight to the next scene, where Archer has called Trip into his ready room to speak with him. Archer tells him that the cogenitor has died by suicide. So he definitely returned the cogenitor to the Vissian ship. Trip is obviously quite shocked and upset. And now I'm actually just going to fully transcribe the next parts of the scene, because I just feel like I need to get across the full impact. Trip says, "It's my fault. I'm responsible." Archer responds, "You're damn right you are."
What?
Maria, in the scene, I gasped. I gasped when he said that.
God.
And then he says, "And it's not just her. There's a child who won't be conceived because of this. At least not for a long while. It's time you learn to weigh the possible repercussions of your actions. You've always been impulsive. Maybe this will teach you a lesson."
Fuck this show.
Fuck you!
Fuck this show. Fuck you, Rick Berman. Fuck you, Brandon Bragan. Fuck everyone involved with this show. Fuck all of you. Fuck this show. Okay, welcome
that
to
was
the
me yelling at the screen the first time we watched this.
Welcome.
Fucking dare you?
Welcome to the end of this podcast.
Yeah, this is literally like, we should never podcast again.
No, you guys, I watched the scene and I was like, I will never be able to look at Archer again.
Fuck everyone who made a meal for the show. Fuck all the gaffers. Fuck everyone who did sound for this show. Fuck all of the actors. Fuck all of the stunt doubles. Fuck all of everybody who...
Every special effects person.
Provided. Fuck everyone. Fuck all of them.
That is some
fuck you.
Bull
Fuck you. Fuck
shit.
you.
How
Fuck you. Welcome to the episode. Welcome to the title of this episode. Fuck everyone involved with this show.
What? Trips? Oh my god, I'm shocked.
Fuck you. If I ever see Scott Bakula in the face, I'm going to say... Fuck you, and I'm gonna slap him hard across the cheek.
You're not wrong, though.
Oh, guys, we are not even done with this scene.
No, we are. We are done with this episode. Peace out. Good night, everybody. End of podcast. Goodbye.
Trip says he understands, and Archer goes, "Do you? I'm not so sure you do. You knew you had no business interfering with those people, but you just couldn't let it go. You thought you were doing the right thing. I might agree with you if this was Florida or Singapore, but it's not, is it?
Fuck this.
Oh, what a bunch of bullshit that is.
We're in deep space and a person is dead. A person who'd still be alive if we hadn't made first contact. I guess I haven't been very successful at getting through to you. If I had, you would have thought a lot harder before doing what you did."
Oh my god, I cannot get... We're going to have to talk about this second contact for 2.5 hours. I have so many things to say right now.
And
god damn.
As Archer is saying this, there are a lot of close-ups of Trip's face, and he looks absolutely devastated.
Well, yeah, broken, of course.
Connor Trenier, does so good in this scene.
Yeah.
You just see him, and it is true, just like devastation.
The reason
on
this
his
person
face.
is dead is because you did not honor their asylum request. You piece of fucking shit.
You're fucking...
Picard would have never done this.
Picard would have never done it. No, I would go...
Nobody would have done this.
No other captain would have done this.
No other captain would have done this. Fuck this shit.
And then Archer just says, "Dismissed," and turns his back on Trip.
Oh,
so Archer's like now just like looking out the window at the stars. His back is to Trip.
Fuck this show.
Okay, I would just like to say, I would like to see that this changes the dynamic between Trip and Archer.
I would really... maybe we'll find out.
I feel like that would be really interesting, right? And unfortunately, because I feel that would be really interesting, that's not going to happen probably. But like, how cool, like they have established these two guys are bros. They're best friends. They've been together through all of this shit. And this thing could break them apart. That could be really interesting.
Well, so the next thing that happens, so Archer turns around, turns his back to Trip, and Trip tentatively says, "Captain?"
Oh.
And Archer pointedly ignores him and keeps his back to him.
Fuck this show.
Oh my god, fuck this
show.
Oh.
Fuck
and
this
then
show.
We get the final shot of the show. It is from outside the window looking in at Archer looking out the window, and over his shoulders Trip, and it's like Archer's blurry and the camera's focused on Trip behind him, and Trip is like looking at Archer just absolutely devastated, and then he hangs his head and leaves the room. And then the camera like focus changes, so now Archer comes into focus and he's just looking out the window looking very sad and upset. Fade to black, roll credits.
I don't care if this gets us kicked off the ESO network. The title of this episode is Fuck This Show.
Fuck this episode. Yeah, fuck this show.
This show.
How
this show used to mildly annoy me, bore me, and occasionally entertain me with its chaos. Fuck this show. Fuck this show.
Yeah, this is infuriating. Truly infuriating.
I mean, and I don't want us to get too into it now because I think at our second contact we're gonna get real
I want
into
to watch this before we can get into
this. Yeah, like what you said, Bill. This whole time I'm like, Archer, you are the one that refused their asylum request.
Right.
This is your fault.
This
like,
is
Trip
100%
did go about it badly.
Maybe it came down from Starfleet. But no, that's not important.
We don't see that. There's no, it is very much implied that this is Archer's decision.
But also, and also, fuck that. Like, it couldn't come down from Starfleet because we have seen Archer just say fuck you to Starfleet when he believes it's right. And also, all of the things that he accused Trip of doing, all the things he accused Trip of being like, you weren't paying attention, that is shit he has done because he believed he was right. He believed he had the right. Oh my God, this is infuriating. Like, this is like, how, like, I was all like, okay, this is a show about white bros staying together, and now, like, it's not even that. Like,
yeah, and I can't say, like, Trip did not go about things the right way. Like, he was courting disaster this whole time. But when it comes down to it, he was the one that was morally right in this situation. And Archer was the one that was wrong. And it's Archer's actions that led to their death.
Taking a step back in terms of the actual show, does the show end up on the side of Trip or on Archer? Or does it really
like
make
it's
it
on
like
Archer's side because of the way that Archer does this and the way Archer makes it very clear, like, Trip, you were wrong. Okay. And you weren't thinking, and you killed this person with your spontaneity and not thinking through things.
What a piece of shit.
And to me, that tells me this is what the show is thinking. I mean, obviously, we don't know what's coming in the future. Maybe there'll be some future episode. God, talk about another episode we would not need a sequel to. But actually, like, I would like one if it kind of turned it around or something. But yeah, this last scene, I was in shock at the end of this episode.
That's horrific.
Right. So, not to draw the curtain back again, we're taking a long break for reasons mostly related to me.
And holiday stuff, like everybody's busy.
Stuff,
we're about to get into the holidays.
And not, by the way, for you guys listening, no break for you guys. We're just like trying to get through a bunch.
When we come back, this show is now my enemy.
It is declared fucking war.
When I saw this scene, I was like, I'm done with I'm just like fucking done with Archer. I can't stand Archer. I'm done with him. Like, I just, there's nothing about Archer that is like, he's just not redeemable at this point in my eyes.
We've taken a lighthearted approach to the casual genocide of this episode. Fuck you. I'm angry about this now.
Yeah, me too.
Ooh.
I am. Wow.
Just so you know.
Real turning point in the show here.
We can get into a lot of it next we'll week. Get into I think like the second contact is going to be It's going to be a long one.
Right.
But for now, let's do our episode thoughts. Let's get into like our extra things. So
let's get into your thoughts on this episode, Jamie.
You heard my thoughts, and we can get more in next week. But it just, I agree with you guys. Everything up until that last scene was so good. I was like trying to imagine like there were so many other ways they could have played this. They could have had the other ship, because we know this other ship has much more advanced technology. They could have threatened to blow them up. Right. If they didn't hand them over. And the Visian, I could have seen the Cogenitor could have been like, I'm taking my asylum request away. I'm going back because I don't want to hurt you guys. And then gone back, and then
could have been many options.
Whatever. Like, there were just like different ways they could have done this instead of it. Just like this last scene was so upsetting. And especially you see Trip looking so devastated and so guilty. And we're gonna put some like hotlines and resources and stuff in the show notes. But suicide, there are lots of reasons why people die by suicide, and it's not anyone's fault. It's not like somebody, you do something and then that causes it. Like, this is not, and telling somebody that they are responsible for somebody else's suicide is just a horrible, cruel thing to say to someone.
Can we put up a hotline? If you are a shitty writer and a shitty showrunner of a popular science fiction show, call this line.
Call Bill's cell phone.
Call me, and I will tell you not to do this. Rick Berman, I'm sure you're super old. I'm going to slap you hard across the face.
If I ever meet you.
If I ever see you. Batman Robin meme slap.
Yeah.
Anyways, two truths and a lie outcome. Malcolm did not have a three-way kiss with two sexy blonde Vissian ladies. But he did get laid by the phase cannon array or assembly, whatever it was called, and he did eat cheese sensually.
So gross.
And, look, I know we're always like, we need B plots. But this episode did not need this C plot. If you just took out this Malcolm stuff, probably took up like a good 7 minutes of this whole episode. If they had taken that out, they could have done more.
Yeah.
Which actually leads me into why don't I skip right to never asked, never answered. We never actually find out why Archer changes his mind. He's in the scene with the Vissians. It's so good defending the Cogenitor and calling them out on their treatment of them. And then he leaves, and next we see he's forcing the Cogenitor to go back to their ship. And I'm like, what? How? Why? What happened?
God damn it.
What happened in between there? We have no idea. It literally cuts from one to the next. And I'm like, take out the stupid Malcolm, like, eating cheese in a sexy way. And we could have had the extra 3 minutes needed to, even if they were going to keep the ending the same, to at least have Archer, like, have a conversation or something that, like, convinces him. It is actually really weird for it to not show that.
I mean, particularly for a concept this complex, like an idea this complex, you would think that they would focus on how Archer deals with, like, that is really interesting. Like, he has a personal connection with this guy and has really, bonded with him, but then has realized that there's this terrible thing he's done. That's interesting. So infuriating that they just ignore it.
I understand that I only get one vote in the title of this episode, which is this episode fucking sucks. Here's my
some bullshit.
This is some bullshit. My alternate title for this episode of Enterprise Blending is no, period. That's it.
I feel like it should just be like podcast done. Podcast over.
Yeah, we're done. Absolutely not.
We quit. I'm going to do a little bit of a combined Porthos good boy scale of how good a boy with Porthos combined with Marco for mentions of water polo. In the scene in Archer's room at the very end, before he gets the second call from Drennick, he's sitting on his bed reading a book and Porthos is lying next to him. So he's like doing the thing where he's holding the book in his right hand and petting Porthos in his left, which is 100% what I do every night when my cat Amos like curls up next to me and I'm reading my book. And because he's holding the book up, he needs something to like rest it on. So he's got a water polo ball in his lap and is like resting his hand on the water polo ball.
Fantastic. I'm so glad we're seeing Porthos because we haven't seen Porthos in a while.
Porthos is such a good boy in this scene and he's getting some real good pets.
Good boy. Great.
Saucy section for how sexy this episode is. The less we say about Malcolm eating cheese, the better. Let's just we can move on. I do want to say, though, that Malcolm is the third person officially of the characters we know to get laid. We had Hoshi in 2 Days and 2 Nights, and then we had that time Trip fucked Padma Lakshmi in a swamp in Precious Cargo.
I mean, we don't know what Archer did with the slug. Really?
What the Phlox for the creepiest or weirdest thing that Phlox does. When Trip first goes to Phlox to tell him about the Cogenitor, Trip is very confused about how reproduction could possibly work with 3 genders. And Phlox starts to explain, and Trip cuts him off and is like, I actually don't need the details. And Phlox is like, are you sure? Because I have pictures. With like a big smile on his face. And Trip is like, I'll pass.
Yeah, thanks, but no thanks.
Sorry. Just like, I love Phlox has like some hardcore 3-gender porn somewhere. He's like,
it's great. I will show this to you if it is of interest.
Yes, Chef for mentions of chef or food. There is so much food in this episode.
Seems like there's a ton
we
of
got
food.
A chef mention in the cold open. Archer says to tell Chef that they're going to have some visitors. When Archer is eating dinner with Captain Drennick, They are, by the time we see them, they're already on the dessert portion, which also, by the way, is part of what makes it look so romantic, because they're like there's something about dessert that just feels romantic. The dessert is like this beautiful, like, fruit tart thing. It looks beautiful, but we never see them take a bite of it. When Trip is teaching the alien ladies about ice cream, they each have like an ice cream sundae. Although it doesn't have, I was like, is it a sundae if it doesn't have any syrup or any sauce on it. But it's like vanilla ice cream on top of chocolate and then whipped cream and a cherry. But yeah, no sauce. I was like, it felt like it needed some chocolate sauce.
It seems like that needs some sort of sauce.
The fruit and cheese platter looked delicious. There's an entire like pineapple in the middle and then some grapes and dried apricot. And then I was looking around and I counted at least 10 distinct cheeses. It looked like a goat cheese and a mozzarella. But Bill, I would love when you look at it, take a look at that cheese platter. I know you watch the episode sometimes at 1.5 speed, but you got to pause on this.
You got to pause on the cheese.
I'll check in and see what I can identify with the cheese tray.
To me, it looked like there were 10 distinct cheeses, but the Vissian woman says that there's 8 varieties, but I don't know. But it looked really good. I forgot to mention the Munster cheese. He said it's not just regular Munster. It has like a something Munster, which is like some alien. So it's like an alien Munster cheese.
Okay. Alien Munster.
When Trip has dinner with the Vissians, it's a very interesting looking meal. They have like some greens and then it looks like peppers cut in half, but then they're like filled with something like stuffed. What I love about the food that the Vissians make is when you see it, it looks food-like. You're like, that's clearly food, but not identifiable. Like everything looks a little bit off. It's like a salad, but it's not. It's like a fruit, but it's not. It wasn't like the Hoshi holding the strawberry going, we don't have anything like this on Earth. It was just very well done.
That was the deal with Chef Dorothy, is she tried to make edible food look Star Trek-y.
Yeah, and it looks delicious, but it also is like, you look at it and you can't quite figure out what each thing is, which I love. Like, it was just like a nice little detail there.
Right.
Finally, where is HR? Honestly, where do I even start?
Everywhere.
We'll save that. Yeah.
But I do want to say, not to be a prude or anything, but I kind of think there should be a rule against like fucking aliens during a first contact mission. Like, it just
probably
feels like a bad idea.
Well, also, Trip did go to Phlox multiple times to get an inoculation, so.
Well, and Trip also went to Phlox to get, like, personal information about an alien.
To scan everybody?
Yeah, that's not great. Like,
God.
All right, so before I go into the recommendations, I do want to mention again that we are going to put some resources and hotline numbers in the show notes. So I strongly recommend people check them out, especially like if you're struggling or you know anyone who's struggling, especially like with suicide. We will have stuff in the show notes. I also want to add that if you would like to learn more about non-binary gender identity, there is a great episode of our friend Ashley Hamer's podcast, Taboo Science, that does a very good job about like giving a primer about non-binary and like what it means and the different ways that it can be interpreted. And it's a really good episode. So the podcast is called Taboo Science and the episode is called Non-Binary 101 Beyond the Binary. This is the segment of our show that we like to call Will's Holorex, brought to you by Eric Trademark. We all know what one William Riker is doing in his holodeck. Yes, he is watching the hardcore version of the scene with Malcolm and that lady. But what do we think he should be watching instead? Bill, why don't you go first?
I love the fact that in every other aspect of this podcast, both you and Maria introduce each other first, but when you get into
So I actually
recommendations,
I was thinking the other day that I always do Maria first. I feel like I always do Maria first, and so I was like, I'm going to do Bill first this time.
My recommendation for this week is a movie from 1947 called Black Narcissus. Directed by Powell and Pressburger. It is a classic British movie, which means, yes, there is racism.
Great.
It stars Deborah Kerr, or Car, if you prefer. It is a story of a group of British nuns who move into a castle in India to establish a monastery, but they are overwhelmed by the sensuality and the overwhelming impulses of this area. It's a fantastic movie. You're going to have to deal... It is a 1947 British movie. You're going to have to deal with... Yes, there are white people in blackface, but it's a really fantastic movie, and it deals with a lot of great stuff. It's a fantastic movie. So, Black Narcissus from 1947. That's my recommendation.
All right, Maria, what do you have for us today?
So Bill has given us a 1947 movie.
Yep.
I am going to go to the extreme opposite and give you a 2025 movie that really does not need a recommendation because it has done very well. I just watched Fantastic Four, the new Fantastic Four, and it is...
First Steps.
Fantastic Four First Steps is what it's called, and it is quite delightful, very enjoyable. The least realistic thing about this movie was that there was a crisis that was threatening Earth, and every person on Earth participated collectively to resolve it. That was truly the moment that I was like, yeah, this isn't going to happen. But the rest of it, if you believe in good things, as I do not, but if you believe in the world being good, it is really a fun movie. And it's well put together. It's really cool looking, a very fun movie. Fantastic Four First Steps.
All right, and then I get to do my recommendation. This week I want to recommend the TV series / mini series from Masterpiece, Wolf Hall, adapted from the book of the same name. It's historical fiction about Thomas Cromwell and his relationship to Henry VIII. And it is a fascinating look into the royal court and Henry VIII and all his wives. And it's absolutely just like beautiful. Like, I mean, Masterpiece is so good at this stuff. It's so beautiful to look at. You can tell they went to extreme lengths to make everything as historically accurate as possible. The costumes are absolutely stunning. And the performances are so good. The cast is so stacked. Mark Rylance is Thomas Cromwell. Claire Foy plays Anne Boleyn. Jonathan Pryce is in it. Mark Gatiss. There's even a very young Tom Holland in the first season. I do want to say there are 2 seasons of it, and they were filmed 10 years apart. So it's a little bit weird because the second season starts right after the first season ends, like the same day. But all the actors are clearly 10 years older.
Super old.
So it is like a little bit weird. And they've also like recast some people. I feel so bad for the guy who has to now play the character that was previously Mark Gatiss. Because like, I'm sorry, like there's just like no way.
That is the great thing about British series. It's like, it's been 20 years. Let's bring Red Dwarf back, and everybody's going to be okay.
They clearly can no longer afford Tom Holland. They were like, but it's like, because it's literally like pre-Spider-Man Tom Holland, and now we're post-Spider-Man Tom Holland. Like, they no longer can afford Tom Holland. Also, one thing that is like very noticeable is the first season has fully everybody is a white person, like even like background characters. Second season, like which is 2024, it's clear that they did colorblind casting, and it's like, whoa, like people exist that like have slightly darker skin tones. It's amazing. But yeah, it's just a little bit, it's just like noticeable when you watch it back to back. It's kind of weirdly hard to find on streaming. I believe you can buy it on DVD, but we watched it on PBS Passport, which requires a donation to your local PBS station to access. And
which
then,
you should do.
Yeah, you get access also to all Masterpiece stuff. I'm so excited. I've been like making a list of other Masterpiece things I want to watch. And also PBS just needs the money right now. So
right now for sure.
Strongly recommend that's how you watch it. And that is our episode. Thank you so much for listening. Next week, we are going to have what I expect will be a very long second contact about this episode with Maria and Bill's thoughts once they've watched it. Also, we have a special guest for that episode, Dax, who is the person who has helped us match episodes with guests came to me and was like, can I please do the second contact for Cogenitor with you guys? And I was like, sure, of course, having no idea what this episode was about. But I'm so excited that they're going to be joining us for it.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Special thanks to our producer K.O. Myers at Particulate Media, to our friend David for our beautiful cover art, and to John Stephen King for being the voice of our computer. If you liked the show, please rate, review, and subscribe on your podcast app of choice and tell your friends about it. It truly, like, if you're using an app that allows ratings, it takes 2 seconds to give us. You don't even have to write anything. We would love if you write a review. We love a review, but you can just give us some stars. It takes just a second to do, and it really helps other people find the podcast. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook as @EnterprisePlaining, and on Blue Sky as @EnterprisePlain. You can also email us any comments or questions, such as, which type of cheese do you think is the most sensual? To enterpriseplaining@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. If you would like to support this podcast, you can find us on Buy Me a Coffee as Enterprise Plaining. We will see you next week.
Bye.
Fuck Rick Bourbon, fuck Brandon Braga. Good night.
Computer and program.
I would just like to say one thing, a little bit of behind the curtains here. I swapped episodes with Bill, so I ended up getting the breach and not this episode. Right. And Jamie ended up getting this episode because of the way we had to swap stuff. And I cannot tell you how happy I am that I did not have this episode. Right. Because you have put so much thought in, like, you talked to Dax. I would have been just like, I don't know what to do. So I appreciate you, Jamie, for doing all of this.
Agree. Co-signed. Agree. My week has been a disaster. I am so happy Jamie got this episode.
Right. Right. Like, Jamie's the best person to have had this episode, I think.
This pulls into my theory that Enterprise is a collective hallucination that we are having, which is why Maria gets all the cave episodes. I get all the shuttle pod disaster episodes, and Jamie gets all of the
heavy shit episodes.
Yeah, dealing with the 2000s reaction
I had stigma. Yeah. To be fair, I had stigma.
Yeah.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping at the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.